They are watching your next move, and rumor has it the universe is actively moving mountains to block their interference. Your success is guaranteed. Hey there, I'm Katsumi, and this is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. The energy in the spread is focused on divine protection, and right now, the word coming through is untouchable. I'm also hearing that your light is too bright for them to handle, so let's find out what other messages are coming through. Ooh, so Nine of Wands, it's kind of like you're in this victory mode. Okay, so you've overcame something, and it's through your resilience, and it was like almost like a lot of craziness I'm hearing. I feel like there's a lot of mixed emotions in the Knight of Wands energy, because when I see this like hopeful like starting pole, it showcases like this idea of optimism, expecting something, being full of faith. But being in this Nine of Wands phase is like you've had to endure something while staying hopeful at the same time. It's a very strong energies. And yeah, it definitely makes sense seeing that Nine of Cups there too in the making. And you're on your way towards forward momentum, or already there with that Chariot. It feels as though with you've already overcame the Five of Wands, Six of Wands, Seven. So it's like you've gone through all of these challenges that people have put in your path, put in your place, is what I'm hearing. Some people I'm also hearing try to put you in place for something, like they wanted to control your destiny, or almost like destiny swap with you in some way, even though that's not really the case. If you've earned something, it's yours, and you know the universe is going to ensure that. But it feels like this is what their agenda was, is what I'm hearing as well. It's almost like you have like hidden ops or hidden opponents and enemies in the background. And at the moment, like your resilience and protecting your positive frequency and energy has really put you in a good spot, but has also brought a little bit of like, I'm almost hearing like, I heard the word bodily harm, almost like perhaps you got sick, you're feeling almost like evil eye coming against you. Definitely cleanse, okay? Maybe you got sick randomly, maybe you're like always healthy, and all of a sudden you're just getting these like physical attacks of some kind that are disrupting the physical nature of your day-to-day. I'm also hearing that. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. Five of Pentacles, it's like there's some sort of like isolation period, some sort of like tug of war. You're feeling almost like these hardships, and you're losing certain things that are not serving you in that energy as you step into this like Knight of Cups energy. And you're very content with what it is that you have at the moment. You do have a lot of wishes in place. You also are really good at maintaining like the pleasures of life. Oh, something to do with this. Yeah, pleasures of life, and almost like you see the potential in things, so much so that you're able to continuously manifest from that. You do have a lot of good forward trajectory here with that Chariot. You're like, it's almost like you're so determined in terms of what it is that you're doing. It's like no one can really stop your level of discipline and routine, because you have this like drive about you. And so it almost feels as though people are threatened by that as well. But you're on your way out the door too. You're just like, you're keeping it moving. I heard the words "keep it steppin" is what I heard. You're just keeping it steppin. Maybe you say that. But this Six of Swords is just like you're outie. You're moving on. You're recovering and transitioning from certain relationships that are not serving you, and you're maintaining your hopeful momentum, hopeful and positive momentum. It also feels like you kind of are, I wouldn't necessarily say fed up, but it definitely feels like you kind of just, not even worn out. You just like, you've almost like, I heard the words met your maker, or in the sense of just like, you're gonna let things like bygones be bygones in some way, but at the same time, you're just like, I mean, you know, I'm just gonna keep it moving because I know what's here, and I'm gonna take what I can, and I'm gonna keep it moving. It's kind of the energy is what I'm hearing from that Six of Swords, and that Ace of Pentacles is just like, you know that you've been planting seeds of prosperity for so long that you're not really thinking about, you know, what other people have in store for you. You're only focused on your garden and not what other people are trying to plant in your garden. It's like people are trying to plant seeds into like your dreams and aspirations and what you do going forward. But you've already set I'm hearing you set the pathway forward for yourself, that you're just letting go of anything that's coming in that's not going to serve that path going forward. So you're almost like putting an end to certain things, like relationships, putting an end to situations or conversations that are not serving you, and you're like almost utilizing your intuition to remain grounded and stable. So like you're kind of just relying on yourself right now is what I'm hearing. There's like some sense of like, I got the word like aggression towards that, or like you're very decisive. It's almost like you're very firm in your belief, and you're not going to let the judgment of others pursue your self-evaluation of what you plan on doing going forward. It's almost like you're very clear in terms of how you're integrating your next steps moving forward. That's kind of like what I'm hearing there. It's really interesting. Ace of Swords is like, yeah, you're just full of clarity. You're breaking through from like some of these really weird obstacles people have placed in your path. Like you're removing them, okay? And I'm also hearing that you're divinely protected at this time too, because of your confidence in terms of what you're doing at the moment. I feel as though like I don't know, I heard the word anxiety a little bit there. Something to do with like, you know your worth, but sometimes it's like you want to prove that in some regards to people, but they don't necessarily see that. So it creates almost like a mental blockage, or even like imposter syndrome is what I'm hearing too. It's almost like you know you're good at something, but there's some sort of like deception in like, do other people see the same, or do people value you in the same way? Yeah, it's almost like just trying to be honest with yourself about your value. But you are abundant, you are successful, and you've been making the right investments and reflecting on that. So with that knowing, your path is already being unblocked for you to reach your destiny, okay? Yeah, let's see what other messages we have. Oh, and I also did a pre-poll for cardomancy. You got 10 of hearts, 8 of hearts, and 2 of diamonds. So that's kind of just like, with that 10 of hearts, it's like you're content right now. You're really focused on family and joy. You're not trying to let things come in that are going to disrupt that peace of yours. And I'm also hearing from that is that people take your kindness for granted most of the time. So maybe like you're really charming, charismatic. Sometimes people will almost like put their almost like I don't know what the phrase is. It's like they put these their own values, or like their own almost like self-deprecating beliefs onto you, but it's really what they feel about themselves subconsciously. But they have that fear of like, it's almost like they have an ego battle when they're like traversing alongside you. And with that 8 of hearts, it's like you having to like emotionally detach from that and choose your happiness over theirs because of their potential envy or bondage or some sort of desires or shadow work that they need to do. And so you're just kind of like pushing away from that, getting like major arcana, that like, you know, the devil energy, Capricorn with that. 2 of diamonds, it's almost like you're like juggling a lot of resources right now. And it almost feels like you are doing like more work than others in some regards, maybe in your relationships, maybe like love, work, hobbies, volunteering, things like that. I'm hearing you're being really logical, but at the same time it's almost like people are like juggling you back and forth, and you've had to try to find like some sense of balance in that, because you've been almost like doing the job of 2 to 3 people, really. It's crazy, and you're just waiting on the results. You're waiting for your, I'm hearing you're waiting for the fruits of your labor to finally be able to harvest. Yeah, but you're creating this for yourself already. Universe wants me to take one more as well. Yeah, you're creating your own path forward with that hopefulness. Like, and with this 4 of Pentacles, you're trying to hold tight to your stability, your level of control. But I also feel some people are trying to do this with you as well, like almost place their like superiority complexes onto you, or even try to like hold tight of what it is that you've acquired on their like on their behalf, or like I'm getting like you're helping people, but they're trying to hold tight to control over what you're doing to help them, because then maybe they don't have to do as much, or maybe they don't have to like try as hard or show up and do the work, is kind of what I'm hearing. And it's like you're just kind of like reflecting on that most of the time. You're withdrawing on it, and you're almost like disconnected with it too at the same time. It's like you have these cups, you're having like these Nine of Cups with your own ambitions, but then when you're working with certain individuals, you're having like this idea of like this Four of Cups of just like some sort of like ego battles are happening and all that. It's like feels like a hollow victory of like, yes, you love helping people, but at the same time it's like there's a level of deception behind that, you know, like mental blockages of what they might be doing. But you're able to really like manifest and inspire forward momentum, and you have this like focused power about you that is like, I've heard the word tame. It's like very tame, very stable. So keep moving forward with that, because it's really helping you traverse through a lot of these troubling times, is what I'm hearing. 6612 might be of significance as well, or 222 as well there. For some reason I get like summer vibes from that, but yeah. Ooh, depressed. Yeah, so perhaps a lot of the turmoil in terms of like individuals trying to stop your destiny in some way has made you potentially depressed, feeling empty, wanting to withdraw from certain situations. I'm hearing a lot of discernment from that, because it's almost like I'm hearing something like this idea of like spiraling with this kind of like, it feels like a Milky Way kind of like whirlwind kind of vibe, tornado vibe, where it's just like you're in this tornado and you just want to get out of it, because it's almost like challenging your stance or your level of protection in some regard. So it's like there's some level of disharmony in that, a bit of struggle, a bit of chaos. You know, maybe you've had to endure a lot of conflicting egos all at the same time, and you've had to shield your energy because of that. You've been working a lot on cleansing, I'm hearing, securing your emotional stability and just protecting yourself in the nature of your own home. There's like the storm is happening outside, which is very interesting, because it's like you've created this safe space for yourself, so much so that the storm is outside and you can kind of like grin and bear it while it's out there. But if it comes in, it's going to almost like destroy the peace that you've created for yourself here. And it feels as though this comfort of yours is very well maintained, but if you open that window, if you were to say anything or bring up anything that is in regards to these individuals who are trying to stop you from reaching your destiny, it feels as though that their energy of this negativity is going to seep into your life of safe haven, is what I'm hearing. Almost like, let's say for instance, you speak up for yourself. You finally find the confidence to speak your truth, speak the pressures and stress that these individuals have placed on you. It feels as though they will try to leverage that in some regard and try to almost like pull you into their that gravitational pull of aggression. Okay, so be mindful of that. Pull back. Make sure to reassess the situation. And I heard the word surrender. Surrender to the pain before an irreversible end occurs. Because if you allow the energies to kind of just do what they want to do for a period of time, it's almost like allowing yourself to sit with what is what I'm hearing. It's like let's say for instance someone tries to voice something bad about you or something like that. People already see you in a very good light when they're like around you, but at the same time these people want you to like lose face or have to save face and like apologize or something like that. You know, go ahead, apologize, because most of the time these little attacks are much smaller to the greater I'm hearing the greater impact of what you're going towards is like these are going to be like, it's almost like a mosquito that bites you and you're like, oh, that's a nuisance. That's pretty much what that is. When you open that window, that nuisance is going to come in, but it's only a brief amount of pain. Okay, and so in order to ensure that this like irreversible ending occurs, in a very peaceful, harmonious way, I'm kind of hearing like kind of just allow it to go through its transitions, you know what I mean? Because it will be a hollow victory is what I heard. For them, though, it will be discord, it will be conflict, because they're going to be battling off with the egos is what I'm hearing too. There's a lot of energies in that. Yeah, they're going to be feeling trapped about the deception and strategic hidden motives that they tried to set for you. I heard it's long gone. Like, it's something about people feel like they're long gone and that they're almost like not quite right in the head is what I heard. But you've got this, okay? I'm hearing maintain your integrity, okay? Maintain your calm, restraint, compassion. Almost like use that strength within you, getting Leo vibes from that, to go about this in a courageous way. Maybe, you spoke up for yourself. Yes, it was courageous, but now you have to use a level of like compassion and restraint to heal the wounds of these egos that keep trying to creep into your positive life is what I'm hearing too. It's almost like you kind of have to, I don't know what it is. It almost gives like appeasing the individual so that they can shift their focus onto something else is what I'm hearing. Because at the end of the day, they just have hidden motives, but everyone kind of is waking up to that at the same time. Yeah, their hidden motives as well are very like pessimistic. Okay, it's like but they're also gonna feel defeated too. Perhaps you felt defeated along the way as well because of the way that they've treated you. But it feels as though eventually this is gonna turn right back around for them. They're gonna almost feel this energy of hopelessness of not being able to pick back from the negativity that they've brought you. Is what I'm hearing too. Yep, they're exhausted. They are exhausted right now, okay? They're fatigued. They're drained. They feel like they spent everything they could. You know what's so funny, though? Is like, I'm getting the energy of like, they feel exhausted, but they barely did anything. Like, I'm hearing you're too powerful for their attacks. You already saw it, like, coming a mile away, is what I'm hearing. Because you have self-worth, all right? You have patience. You've been investing in yourself so much so that you're grounded. And you're committed in being grounded and being in a good positive frequency. So yeah, they're going to be feeling very unhappy coming forward. I've heard the word deflect. They're going to be deflecting. They're going to be deflecting things that they said about you. The story's not going to add up. It's something about, you know, the phrase where it's like something along the lines of like weaving something. Like if you weave if you weave the lies, you kind of like fall into it after a while. Kind of like a spider weaving the web, right? And it's almost like they're trying to concoct this story that works out for them, but eventually things are not gonna add up. it's just not gonna add up. I'm sorry. It's sad to hear that, but if someone wants to come in and try to disrupt your peace, they weave that web for themselves. They're going to be entrapping themselves in the weave that they've made for themselves, the spider web that they made for themselves. And yeah, right now people are trusting you. You know what I just heard? I just heard that okay, so let's say for instance your authenticity has been questioned multiple times, right? People are now trusting you because things are not adding up. They see that you're doing your thing, you're minding your business, you're stable, you're chill, you're keeping it relaxed. There's no burdens. You're hitting all the check marks. I'm hearing with your relationships, with your work life, everything. You're standing on integrity. I also heard standing 10 toes down, which I don't know why, but you're reliant, you're independent, and you're certain of your actions. And because of that, people trust that you're going to do right for the relationship, right for the company, right for anything that you do moving forward because of your reliability. You're standing up like a leader right now because you're making amends with these troublemakers, even though they created grief for you. Crazy, right? Super crazy. It's like these I heard the ideas of like these people are like grown adults, and you're just keeping it moving, just integrated in what you're doing. And yes, People are going to be spreading their love towards you, which is really nice to see. It almost feels like you're very passionate about things right now too. Like you're giving love, even though people are messing with you. You're still showing love and compassion. That's why you're such a wonderful individual, because you're committed to maintaining a healthy lines of communication. Even if people are disrespecting you, you know to respect yourself, to respect your boundaries, and to come forth in that way. And people are going to be doing the same thing. And I love that. See what other spread we have here. Ooh, what other messages? Ooh, yeah. Okay. We're also getting a little bit of rocky, like, unclear boundaries with certain people. So they've definitely brought up things about how they feel, very mixed signals. Like they say one thing, they mean the other, but it doesn't really add up. Like it's almost like playing telephone. This also could also be in the love life as well, but I'm definitely just getting in terms of like communication here. But you are reaching some sort of turning point where it's like you're going to be entering into a major opportunity because of what you've showcased in your ability to get through these hardships, get through these exclusions. I'm hearing people ganged up on you. I'm also hearing that, you're just kind of breaking through that stalemate, okay? You're no longer in this like avoidance. You're finally tackling the issues that you've seen, and you're just like traversing towards that, is what I'm hearing there. But for some of you, you're gonna have this career turning point. So maybe it's something you've been working towards for quite some time now, and you're protected as you move forward to this new chapter of your life, okay? And yeah, there's gonna be some previous connections that, you're gonna be reminiscing on. At the same time, it's gonna be almost like, ooh, it feels like you're stepping into something where the new connections of your new life almost will feel like they've been there all this time. It's almost like you found your soul family or your soul tribe in your next steps moving forward. So whether that be in relationships, your career, there's gonna be some I'm hearing a lot of opportunity coming in for that. It's almost like the new group you're going into is going to be making you feel like you belong. Finally, you will feel like you belong, is what I heard. For some of you, you've been kind of like isolated, kind of to yourself. You just being very compassionate, empathetic towards others, but at the same time, it's like you don't want the. I'm hearing like there's like you don't want the baggage that people bring through in terms of like creating new relationships and like new soul connections. But these new individuals coming in, they're almost going to be working with you to ensure that you feel comfortable and that you can set your boundaries freely too, which is really nice. You're also securing the bag, so that means you're just achieving your goals. I also heard that you're very charming at this time. It feels as though like when you step into the room, there's like something about you is just like people can get with, is what I'm hearing. It's like it's almost like an instant I don't know why I heard instant attraction, instant like this feels right kind of thing. It almost feels like people will just be walking towards you with good good intentions going forward. Yeah, and it's because you've set those boundaries as well. It also feels like with all of these like different movements happening for you, it almost feels like you've learned the final lesson, or you've I don't know what it is, like something like you're ascending of some kind, like you went through this big lesson, you went through this big trial, and you succeeded, is what I heard. It's almost like it almost feels like it was a curse over you for years, for centuries, maybe even like through the legacy, maybe through the tree line. But for some reason, somehow, you were the ones who like break through this. I also heard like a shaking in my voice too. It feels like almost like you really overcame something, and it's like I don't know. I got this feeling like it really strikes the core, is what I heard. Almost like you finally see yourself. That's what I heard. I don't know why I'm getting a little emotional saying that. It's almost like you can finally let go, okay, and you can finally be everything that you need to be and wanted to be. It's like you've found yourself, but at the same time, it's like you can breathe easy now. That's what I heard. Very interesting message, yeah. And almost like something to do with wanting to send you a hug. So I definitely send a hug out to all of you. It feels as though the universe wants to reassure you that you're on the right path. And you're also going to be having rapid success moving forward too. So congratulations, okay? You're going to be getting recognition. If it's not going to be sudden, it's going to be coming in very hot is what I'm hearing. Like very, very soon. I'm hearing like, I don't know why, I'm hearing like 3 to 6 months. I'm hearing something about within the year. So be patient, okay? Keep reflecting on all the trials and tribulations that you've endured and keep pushing forward is what I'm hearing. All eyes will eventually be on you. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If this reading resonated, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a comment down below. I truly appreciate it as it helps get the message out to the collective. Until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.